I'm sorry, Toby. He had to do it.
I mean, if history's anything to go by, Toby's predictions have proven to be far more accurate than the rest of ours.
Well, certainly better than yours and mine as we enter the game that's for all the marbles, folks. Gambate NP, Gambate Secret. Let's go. This is a big one, gods. The Manila Masters, along with Epicenter, the two most stacked events heading into TI. If winning any one event gets you an invite, it's either this one or that one in Moscow that's probably going to do it. So, and both of these teams really needing that big tournament win to secure their berth.
Yeah, it's a
long road to go, but winning this game 3 is a good start.
Yeah, I mean, they're starting in the lower bracket of the main event, so it is many a matches they'll have to play to get there. But as you said, it starts here. It starts in this game 3, and we'll see what the plan is going to be. Laning stage-wise, looks Sentry. No. Well, one right click, you do that 4 more times, you'll get the ward.
The strats.
He was trying to land on top
the
of the
hill,
cliff.
yeah. And Yepser says, see you later.
We'll force him to spend another 100 gold on the sentry, but doesn't mean Yapster can't use that sentry to deward himself.
I will teach you how to deward.
He doesn't know where the wards are, so it's going to be a crapshoot anyways as far as him finding a dire ward. But
so let's look at the lane matchups here. We're going to see 2 dual lanes over towards bottom. Kezu already under the gun a bit. Slardar versus Bristle, even in a vacuum, is already tough, and now you've got a Nyx harassing you as well. So that doesn't look particularly easy for Mr. Kezu. Meanwhile, mid 1 going to be pressured by Fada.
Yep, top lane for him. He's going to go for, has the level 1 Quelling Blade and couriers himself the poor man shield. Wants to make sure he gets those last hits early on.
So it feels like 2 lanes where Secret is likely to struggle unless mid 1 does something spectacular, which he is known for his incredible individual skill, especially in the laning stage. But still, this matchup very hard early.
Yeah, the Ember Lina one's an interesting one because lane stage wise, yeah, Lina has a big edge, but it swings back the Ember's way. Ember's very good at dealing with Lina in like the mid game, and even before then, like 10-15 minutes once you're like a level 7 Ember, you're a perfect hero to jump on top of the Lina, get it in her face with a flame guard as well as the searing chains, and just bring her down typically. So Ember is a good hero to have against Lina in a lot of ways. Just the first 5 minutes, you've got to find a way to survive it and get something out of the lane.
So that really does leave this bottom lane where Secret running the full tri-lane. They want to ensure MP has a decent start, and he is CSing pretty well. Still Pi and MSS able to stay in the lane. How do you feel about the Lycan this game and how he matches up against NP?
He's got some good synergy with the Slardar. You pick up this hero for the Corrosive Haze, you want to be getting a physical damage core, so Lycan definitely fits the bill, and with this Mask of Madness, Armlet type build we're seeing, it's very heavy on the physical damage, and gives just good teamfight survivability. I think the panel kind of highlighted the Hal is a big reason why you pick up the Lycan. Has got the early point as well, which gives like some cute little early game ganking potential. We'll see what he's able to make from it. So.
It can be deceptive and especially useful, not even in his lane, but in the other lanes.
Yeah.
The Hal is well timed.
Supports like smoke up, go towards mid. That's a great way to find like early kills. So the plan's going to be, so Puppey will just jungle his fast level 2. He's got the aura now. He's kind of moving around with the Earth Spirit a bit towards this bottom lane, although they will be spotted by that ward. And that ward gives a lot of information to NP. You can kind of check the inventory, know if the supports have smokes, know if they're likely to gank the mid lane, and also protect this bottom lane. So it's really protecting 2 lanes at once by having that vision.
And already Legion is one of the tankiest offlaners to begin with, and with pretty high move speed, very difficult to kill. And then you've got an IO. Pylai sitting well behind him, so it doesn't seem like they have much of a kill opportunity there. Pi doing some stacking in the meanwhile.
Yep. Someone we're seeing from Aoi as well, like this series, is just playing these 4-position supports in the safe lane, like focusing on just zoning enemy offlaners. He's the one that's just dealing with Kezu in last game, dealing with him again here, just making sure Envy's lane goes as well as possible early on, and then later on he'll start roaming. Gets his boots, that's all he's got, but that's all you need is an early game Nyx Assassin. He'll be given a lane later on if he's falling behind to get his level 6, to get his arcane, so effective so far.
Slardar's still doing pretty well in the offlane. Kezu managed to get 9 CS, and most importantly, staying in the lane.
Yep.
Has the stick and closing in on the boots, so has an okay way to deal with the quills, especially if they're not used in rapid succession.
Yeah, he's doing just fine. Having all his basic early game items with boots by now is a fine start for him. Getting the levels more than anything, and we'll see if he makes any early moves. There is potential for him to like swing towards the mid lane with an Earth Spirit for an early kill. Lina does not have any good defensive capabilities, so you could hit up that mid lane.
Absorb taking a bit of pressure here, and as the Earth Spirit rolls away, that frees up Puppey to be the punching bag. MSS charging into him. Heavy damage coming out. Puppey does have a frostbite in a second, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough on its own. Puppey is the first blood. NP collect the kill that they worked so hard to earn, and meanwhile, rolling forward, Yapzor gets the kickback. Good position here on Pi, but didn't do quite enough damage on his own. This even forces out a mid-1 rotation, but he's too late to the party. He won't be able to collect the counter kill, and he misses his CS mid. Crystal Maiden at least able to collect that experience, but pretty big win in the landing stage there for NP.
Oh, Pi played that so well. Hiding in the tree. Puppey accepted he was going to die and turned just to try and kill the Eye. If he gets that frostbite off, it's a guaranteed kill. It sets up a rolling boulder, sets up a boulder smash, and it's a kill onto Pylite Eye. But by hiding in the trees, he prevented it.
Now the roll onto Fada. Secret look to strike back here as they converge. They get the chains off. The heal comes in, but Pi's dangerously low. They might give up 2 for the price of 1, and indeed they will. Secret with the punish. Pi just a bit too aggressive with the save attempt.
Mid-1 Ember, dangerous here to be giving these kills to. He has held his own in terms of CS in this mid lane and now getting a double kill. Boy, is that a good start for him. He's about to hit level 6 as well, which is where this lane gets very dangerous for Lina.
Especially if the IO is not there for the save. Mid-1, as you mentioned, just right there as far as CS goes. So Secret taking things slow. The one here we haven't talked too much about is Envy on this top lane. It's a free farming Bristle. Is that a big concern for you this game if you're Secret?
I think it's okay. They dealt with it in game 1. It's a hero that is going to get like an early Vanguard and then just try and group up with the teams and siege some early towers. But I think Secret have done well enough in their other 2 lanes, and Slaughter's gotten a decent amount from the off lane that they may actually be able to deal with the Bristle all right this game. The physical damage from a like corrosive haze on him with a Lycan is going to be pretty formidable, but it's like the Vanguard with the Solar Crest. When he's got that Solar Crest, he's not actually going to be all that scared of the physical damage.
So, players continuing to exchange blows as 2 supports converge on mid. AUI backing up Fada, worried about a go, and the Earth Spirit maybe looking to make that go. So it's working up on the hill.
We TP's top.
But they make the adjustment, as you mentioned, and it's on to Envy instead. Envy's in a lot of trouble. The triple remnant special. Mid-1 roasts him. Quick, decisive movement. Nets him a killing spree. Mid-1 heating up.
Yeah, that was a really nice move.
Now Fada's going to make his own rotation. He won't find MP, though. He misses on the stun. The Laguna's there anyway. Goes for the TP out. Will it be in time? It will not. Oh, that was real close, guys.
Yep.
If he gets out there, that's a pretty big disaster for NP.
Would have been, yeah, really bad for him. Him rotating with the Haster and Fata barely managed to make sure they secure the kill, and at least killing off carry for carry with the 2 mid rotations, and we'll see supports pick up the slack in the mid lane, both 4 positions looking to get some levels, some farm. Aui's really kind of struggled. He was level 3 just with brown boots, whereas Earth Spirit at least been involved in some kills, so he had his boots in halfway to level 5. Farm, they were similar, but the levels is the big thing for a hero like Earth Spirit. You just want to get that level 6.
Team Secret going to settle down now, really prioritizing the support levels. As you mentioned, experience very important. And Puppey been doing some jungling, the Earth Spirit taking over mid, so they're on track to have pretty fast level 6s on both Puppey as well as the Absol.
Impressive by NP that they took that tier 1 bottom tower. 7.5 minutes in, they get a very early one with the Lina rotation, so not just getting the kill, but Secret, they've got eyes on top. They know Envy's just TP back. Another follow-up kill on him would be huge, and they've brought in Lycan as well. They've got 4 heroes ready to collapse onto this tower.
And they can take the tower immediately after, as you were addressing. The Remnant comes in, mid-1 starts the party. Kezu follows it up quick and heavy damage as Secret easily delete him. MP wants more. They got him so fast, he's like, it was only a snack. I want a full meal, but no one there for the Lycan to munch on. So they'll settle for killing off the creep wave and pushing the tower, but Fada looking to trade, and he might just get a tier 1 mid instead off the back of this. The glyph comes out, no real rotation by Secret. And Not sure that's ideal. It's still a worthy kill, but
It's pretty nice for
giving up a tier 1
NP.
mid is not good.
If they can get this tower, it looks like Fat is not going to commit for it. Doesn't get it down to deny range, so make sure that they can perhaps get that gold once they bring a few more heroes in, but stops Secret from getting the tier 1 top, and yeah, I think all in all that was okay for NP.
Secret making their move in. It's mid 1 again, out in front and confident as his Earth buddy joins him. The spirits converge, and Fada, the price.
Yapster,
Down
Earth
for 30.
Spirit, gets the 2-man silence as he rolls in. AUI could not respond to that one, and
He almost has magnetized already.
yeah, he has been on point this game with all of his rotations and movement.
And when Kezu gets this blink, which is coming soon, by the looks of things, Secret has incredible gap closing. You've got Lycan,
Wow,
who's
yeah.
just able to chase anyone down, and then 3 heroes with some form of jump. You're going to have a bad time if you're the IO, it feels like.
Absolutely. MSS is getting a lot out of his off lane. He picked down the early tower, but not working directly towards the blink. Gets the phase boots, gets some of these smaller items, the magic wand, the raindrops. Definitely a hero that gets a lot of benefit in terms of being able to fight early on just by having all these cost-effective items, but always have to kind of find the right balance between getting these small items and making sure your blink timing comes when it's needed for your team.
They have spied a lady Lina in the jungle, but Fada has MSS in the neighborhood. They're not entirely sure where the IO is, so Secret not going to look to punish his more aggressive farming pattern. And yeah, it's just all about these support level 6s right now, gods. Nyx for AUI, very close.
Fat is going to walk right into a smoke gank.
Hey, buddy. Kezu looking for the crush, but he will get stunned, and almost at the perfect time, got through almost the entire animation. Now the turnaround, though, they frostbite him. He quickly almost drops, but no, a missed opportunity there on the crush. Instead, it's a duel and a win for MSS. That was a big whiff by Kezu.
There was a slight hesitation when the smoke popped. Kezu instantly turned around and then was like, wait a second, we gotta go. And if he didn't hesitate with just a sprint into a stun onto the Lina, they would have been able to kill that Lina right away with the Lycan, but that slight moment of hesitation cost Secret.
And it also means that Envy's free to just bully this tower top uncontested. Yapsor's gonna come in and potentially stop any further push, but tower's nearly down, so you're looking at a tier 1 top and a tier 1 mid that are slated to fall relatively soon. Secret about to lose a lot of map control, have to make the most of the remaining life on these towers.
MP have just done a really good job of bullying the lane themselves. Like, even bottom lane, MSS is hitting a tier 2 tower, just getting whatever cheap, cost-effective damage he can. Pop suppress the attack, gets off some right click. Tier 2 bottom down to half HP with the help of a siege creep. That is just great play coming from him and opens up the space on the side, on the mid lane and the top lane to take other towers.
This is before we really see NP's full mobility come and play. No relocate yet, actually just got it, and AUI yet to find a big Vendetta play. But when you factor in the relocate and the Vendetta, Secret are going to have to mind their positioning if they don't want to start hemorrhaging kills.
Secret, though, 3-man smoke, they're going to get the Ember involved. It's going to be fighting around mid one. He's got a lot of levels.
This is 2 smokes
Some
in a
good
row here,
farm.
gods. They got to make this one count.
Envy's hugging his tower. He seems, Fata, sorry, at top. He seems to know something is up. He's even tucking deeper into the trees using the LSA.
You see that Dire's scan coming out, and it connects.
Ooh,
so
that-
NP have red.
Oh, they see the
Secret
TP
like a
in.
book.
High.
Unfortunately, the IO still walks into the trap. So Secret collecting kills well.
They read that they were smoking. They unfortunately misread that they were in the Roshan pit.
Unfortunate. But for NP, hey, they're still doing a lot of work on these towers around the
Yep.
map.
Bottom
So
lane.
it's not all bad.
Getting lower and lower. They'll just keep spamming this one out. Impale, overwhelming odds, and this tower is going to continue to take a beating. There's got to be some response at some point, but sending MP down here alone could be a bit of a death trap.
And one hunting,
Steal it.
but not going to find MSS, who will TP away. It's AUI now being stalked. If they get the follow-up, that should be a kill.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, during that time, he pops the Vendetta. And will just scurry away. He's actually moving, and they have a relocate available, mind
Yeah.
you, so could be 3 bottom, but it could be 3 bottom for Secret as well, who are all pretty much in the neighborhood.
I'm surprised mid one
Could go either way.
Yeah, he could get baited into a fight here. Mid one TP's out though.
Oh, now is the opportunity. AUI, does he pounce on MP? You know he wants it. Nix. Not gonna happen.
yet. LD,
Pretty placid pace.
couple
overall.
seconds if he wants to go for it.
No, just a little slap in the face for MP.
Okay.
My creep, says AUI. My creep.
So Fata's moved down bottom as well. We'll share some mana between the two of them and stick around, but it does feel like both teams just waiting for that next item or two before they fully commit to any kind of towers or fights. Envy on the Bristle, he always seems to group up with his team around the Vanguard plus Solar Crest timing. He likes having both items. And up until that point, normally plays fairly solo, and the rest of his team are creating a lot of space for him with all the pressure they're putting onto towers.
Yep, so we're starting to answer back with some slow but steady split push of his own. His mid one just confidently moves in. He's going to chain Envy. Doesn't have any help
Bottom
behind him.
lane LD, there's a blink on Slaughter. They're looking to make an initiation here.
But waiting in the back line is quite a few heroes for NP. And remember, they do have that relocate to work, but this could turn around potentially, though. Fata in a lot of trouble. Going to go down quickly. MP munches through. Man, that Lycan hits hard when he's allowed free reign in the fights. Lena down. Secret did come in a lot, and they're going to get a little more on the back of this. Nice change by mid one. He finds the opening, makes it a double. Wicked sick for the Ember. Star player for Secret coming up big in the clutch.
Yeah. Making sure they get an extra +1 kill on the rotation as well.
7-0 and 1. He's been in every single kill.
It always feels like NP just stick to this like 4-1 split a little too long. NP kind of exposes the rest of his team by solo farming for such a long time for moves like that.
All right, here comes the rotation as they get the duel off. Follow-up is there in the form of an IO. They will end up getting the kill. Magnetize dropped in a pretty good position, though. Still, Puppy's in trouble. Krista made it out too far. Will end up going down and out. Envy can get to work. Can chew through. Yapsor with the quills. Gets pushed back. Roll away. And is he going to live? It looks like with the urns. Will barely survive. Can shrine up as well. He gets out, but still they lose two. They lose the tower as well. And that is going to open things up towards the Roshan Pit Gods with the Bristle, with the Lena, and the Io. And even that Legion for some good sustain. Yeah. They definitely can think about Roche the next time they get a kill or catch Secret elsewhere on the map.
Absolutely. The Solar Crest will make it very fast and efficient. And it seems Secret are worried it's going on now. They actually TP to this shrine. Puppies, yeah, you're going to just throw a Crystal Nova to make sure NP are not in there. But not the case. We'll see.
MSS looking for the opening, and he gets the duel again onto mid one. Is the follow-up coming through, though? Where's the lockdown? They don't have it. A pretty low cooldown, so not the biggest deal.
Bato is just not quite going to get there in time. Same for AUI and the Knicks. That follow-up stun not available with cooldown. Secret.
Yeah, Secret like, we can gank too, and of course it's Envy. Kezu starts the party. Follow-ups there as the Remnants come through. MSS looks to rejoin the back up. Keeps him alive for now. This Bristleback simply not going down. In fact, looking to turn the fight as he's got the quill spam going. MP will be the first man down. They lose the Lycan early. That's a lot of damage out of the picture. Yapsor now trying to roll away, but doesn't get very far. And AUI is there to cut him off at the pass. MSS finding a third. MP surging. Shades of Game 2 gods where they just start to rack up the kills. And now the objectives going to follow. Roshan next on the list.
Great pace from NP. And I feel like that's where you really see NP shine in these team fights, is when they're actually playing around Envy or getting him involved. But the time through Secret's making plays is when Envy's off by himself just farming a lane and Envy is split up. As soon as they get grouped, they sit behind Envy or Envy just goes with him to take objectives, things swing and look a whole lot better for MP. They used him as bait and they perfectly responded. The Lycan in ulti form just doesn't seem all that scary because the Yules into LSA lockdown or the Jewel at bottom lane, we're seeing the control coming out from this NP side, and they're dealing with Lycan fantastically well. He's had the Deso queued up, and after that fight, he immediately queues up a BKB. He says, Deso is not the item. I need to stay alive.
Yeah, mid one almost going down again in the top lane. He is playing with fire, but I guess that's what Embers do best. It just feels like a lot of pressure on him, right? With the Lycan not being a high-impact hero, it's really all up to mid one to make plays around the map.
To split push, to get kills, to do absolutely everything, because Lycan is not proven to be very effective this game. Has got the level 4 Howl. Perhaps they'll try and take some fights during the next nighttime using this extra sustain that you get from this, but feels like NP are going to be too strong to fight into because they've got the Aegis now as well.
Can they make good use of it? That's really been, I think, where they've struggled with the Bristleback pick in this tournament is they, usually have at least a decent lane each stage. They find their, mid-game openings around 10 to 20 minutes, but then they're not really able to convert the Aegis into objectives, into towers, into racks. Will the tail prove different this time around?
Yeah, they have some of the issues from game one with their draft where they're these melee cores. It's hard to hit buildings. They do have the Lina, which is better than the TA.
It's not as good at sieging as their game 2 draft, unless you want to commit the Bristle.
Absolutely, and Bristle, we've seen, can get kind of kited around, pulled into bad spots.
I mean, they do have the IO to heal him, and on top of that, you know, you amp him, you've got the press the attack for MSS to remove that and further heal him, so perhaps he can just withstand the punishment. We'll find out soon enough, I suppose. But, like, is there that sense of urgency for NP? I think that's really what I'm curious to hear your thoughts on, or do they have more time?
I mean, it's not so much, there is some urgency, I'd say, but it's also more so like you want to take towers because that's how you're going to increase your lead by restricting the map for Team Secret. You want to prevent them from moving out, taking farm, and that's what we saw in Game 1. Like, the way they played Game 1 was strategically correct. Up until their failures to break high ground, they limited the farm for Secret. So there is urgency to take these out of towers, to get map control, perhaps even buy an early gem on someone like Nyx Assassin.
Here comes the duel. They're going to lock down mid 1. Is the follow-up going to get there in time? Relocate through stun. Completes the kill as Fada shoots and scores. MSS again on point, making this Legion commander work. And sitting pretty high in the net worth charts, actually out-farming the enemy Lycan right now.
It's kind of like a race to finish that Lincoln Sphere for mid 1 so he can become immune to that sort of rotation. But that Lincoln Sphere is still some ways away for him.
He has not started the race yet. He has 1,000 gold right now banked.
Until he has it, he's either putting himself at risk when he split pushes like that, or just having to not farm or split push as much, which puts the entire Team Secret at risk because they expose themselves just to losing towers and losing map. So, see how Secret play this one out. There's a long way to go for MP's BKB. He's got no real way to fight until he gets this, but he's also got no good way to farm. Unlike mid 1 on the Ember, he can't really push out these lanes by himself.
MP extending their lead now as they find themselves up 6.5k gold. MP marching down mid. They've got a minute and change to work with on this Aegis. And starting to poke the tower. Slow but steady work for him, and with Fada, it'll become quite a bit faster. Tower now down to half health. No real sign of a defense yet. Capsor, though, in position on the high ground, and they think about a go, or at least the tower deny, but thinking is all they're going to do. They'll let the tower fall, claimed by the Dire, and mid 1 says, see you later, guys. Off the top to farm, but look who's on the neighborhood. It's AUI 2000.
No Vendetta, but
doesn't have the Vendetta.
Yeah, he used it to try and hunt earlier on, but mid 1 has a sentry here to protect
they're flanking
him.
though. They're flanking in the top lane as Envy looks to cut him off, and they are going to find the dual initiation here. The Lycan's left free to roam though, and he's going to get onto Pylite Die. They quickly delete him. That's the physical damage that Secret need to get back in this game. They chase onto MSS now. Decent magnetized. They ignore Envy. They know the Bristle's too tanky to do it right now, but MP almost down. He will fall in the trees. Laguna and a little extra follow-up gets the kill, and now on the El Capitan Puppy. Not much use at this point. The Crystal Maiden drops in a matter of seconds. And what looked like a big opening for Secret quickly closes.
I mean, they did a good job ignoring the Bristle, focusing the IO first. The Bristle's also on the Aegis, so you double want to ignore him. But unfortunately for them, they didn't quite have the damage to bring down MSS. And then the Lina shows up. MP just overextends as far as trying to get that Legion Commander kill, and then as a result, he goes down himself.
I like this adjustment by Envy, Gods. He's not going BKB. He actually had it on his quick buy before. He's going for more damage here. Gets the AC. Wants to end the game a bit earlier. And they have the damage with the Lina that if he stays around, they might just be able to do it. So NP playing pretty aggressive here as they siege this tower.
MSS?
Boulder smash. Do they want to commit on MSS though? There is an IO in the backlines. There's the combo. Good counter initiation though as the stun comes out. The Remnant in and commitment here from mid 1. Mid 1's going to go down though. NP have the firepower to deal with him. Envy shrugs it off and surges forward. They did lose the Legion. The IOS is still a 2-for-1, but now the turnaround perhaps is they will try to cage the Wolf, chain stun him, but it's not happening.
MP crumbling.
Gets on to Fada. Fada is going to explode, has to commit suicide. Seppuku for him, and now destruction for AUI. Make it 4 heroes dead, one of them a Bloodstone deny. Head onto your hats if you're an NP fan. They are not out of the woods yet.
Absolutely. Secret showing some big signs of life there. The disables and all the big nukes were used to kill the Ember. Ember managed to make sure he gets 2 heroes down with him. They take out the IO early on in the fight with the Legion Commander, and even though the Ember dies, that fight, his play there is very self-led. It enables NP to go in and get kills. Problem is NP's now being caught out.
NP wants action. He's going to join the squad. It's a wand duel again, and Kezu quickly falls. NP wastes no time in getting back into the saddle, and with that, the AC now complete. So the physical damage mitigation ramping up. Definitely a crucial tool against Slardar and Lycan, as much plus armor as you can cobble together. And they're going to have quite a bit of it. You combine that with the Solar Crest, the Vanguard, and the Blade Mail, even the casual Buckler for Pi.
Yep.
NP itemizing smart to try to limit what this Lycan Slardar duo can accomplish.
Yeah. Feeling like it will counter the secret lineup while also enabling them to be better at taking objectives with an AC, protecting your teammates even a little bit of extra armor for them can go a long way.
So where does that next, like, push and momentum for Secret come from? They had one good fight where NP got cocky.
Yeah.
But if NP's not doing that, how do they get back in the game?
There's two things for them. It's getting the BKBs up, which is, I mean, we're getting the immunity items. So the BKBs on Lycan Slardar, and then the Lincoln Sphere on the Ember Spirit. Those items are very far away. And then the other big thing is contesting Roshan theoretically, but whether or not they'll feel comfortable doing that without these BKBs and Lincolns is another matter, because if you lose that fight contesting Roshan, you lose heroes and give up in the Aegis cheese, the game could just be lost there. So they may just play the high ground defense game and try and just trade farm and towers for Roshan, because if you get your BKBs and Lincolns and your opponents get an Aegis, you probably can still defend high ground okay. So I feel like maybe you just give up Rosh and try and finish these items. If you can finish the items before the Rosh, great, then you go and contest.
That said, their high ground is not the best. Earth Spirit Magnetized pretty good there, but aside from that,
yeah,
they don't have that game one, like thou shalt not pass style lineup that can just, stall and shut you down. So I am a little worried for Secret if they let NP get to high ground.
They do have is the ability to initiate very well, so they can just jump the Lina and instantly kill her while defending high ground, perhaps even before an IO can respond. We could see them even just jump highlight. I like what Pi is doing, tanking up, going for a Crimson Guard, getting survivability. But
they find another. Yeah, it's Kezu next on the list. Yapzor can do not but watch. I was hoping NP doesn't look up. And at least for now, they won't.
He is somehow safe.
Let's not jinx him. Secret need all the help they can get.
I like the Dire Ward. You see it directly above where Yapzor is. It's just out of the sentry range on that hill. It's such a common ward spot that sentries will always be there, but this Dire sentry is very unlikely to be dewarded. It's outside of 2 sentries range right now, and this is giving a lot of crucial info for NP and enabling these pickoffs to happen. Having vision when you have like an IO relocate and gankers like a Nyx and a Legion is crucial. You don't want to just be having a Nyx roaming around blind. He doesn't know if he's going to be just vendettaing into a sentry observer ward. Same for a Legion commander. He wants to know that he's not walking past wards when he goes to gank. So very good vision control from NP. It's been a...
Well, speaking of vision control gods, just grabbed the gem for MSS. And hey, you're up against the Lycan. He's not gone for the Max Wolves. He only took the 2 points so far, but you do have now ample tools to deal with his scouting tactics.
He's not quite at his BKB, and Roche has respawned. This could very easily be claimed before Secret Raid. If I mentioned having these defensive items, and both the Lincolns on mid 1 and the BKB on MP are like 1,000-ish gold away. Lycan's, okay, maybe a little bit less, 200 or 300, but Roche can be claimed in no time at all if NP feels safe going in. I'm not sure if they've scouted out, but they should be doing so momentarily.
Pretty sure Bristle can just solo Roche with the AC and
absolutely
how much farm he's got.
50 attack speed. This is a pretty big peak for Bristle. When you get this, his right-click damage is going to be fierce.
And it feels like an end the game item has been telegraphed with Envy now completing the pipe. They get that pipe, they get the Aegis. They want to break Secret entirely. They don't want to wait another Roshan. And
this pipe is kind of all-in-ish. It's definitely not an item you want to have at 40, 50, 60 minutes on a Bristle. It's not an item you'd normally... You go AC Solar Crest, you normally think your next item is going to be like a Heart or a Radiant, something scary big. But
Secret know this is happening, but they are far too late. They smoke in, but not in time. Yapzor can do not but watch from above.
Back to your high ground, I think. Oh, are they actually going to fight? If they can jump Lina.
If they can, it could be huge, and there's the initiation. Good crush to start. Follow-up comes through with MP. A fresh, shiny BKB committed. Still Fada's very tanky, not being dealt with. And now the follow-up comes with Yapzor committing the Magnetize. He tanks a Laguna. He gets yapped. Now MP looks to turn. No more BKB, but he's still very tanky. They're at least able to get that follow-up kill on the Legion Commander. Fada a little bit longer. He survives. The crush comes through. I don't think they actually kill him. The heals are too much. Pi to the rescue. Medical assistance keeps Fada up and puts Secret down. 3 have fallen. Again, mid one just has to watch, and then he says, I'm done. He goes away, but Secret are now going to face a high ground siege, and a fearsome one at that from NP.
Just great defensive play from NP to protect the Lina there. They immediately jump with the Legion, throw it a duel. NP immediately Solar Crest to pop that on him as well, and they just do such a good job of keeping him alive.
Laying into this tier 3 now as the chip begins, but pretty rapid work with a Bristle back in the front line, soaking up all the damage. It only tickles when the Ember pokes him. There's no split push from this Ember Spirit, so they're going to be forced to defend the high ground here momentarily, just stalling things as much as possible. MSS making the move, though. He will get silenced, but Envy says, forget about it. Focus on objectives. Remain calm. Will be frostbitten for now. A bulwark in the front lines, though. Not the hero Secret want to go on, so they take the tier 3. They back away. They'll have solid 3 minutes to try and finally take down Arax.
Fall back, it looks like, focus on some of these shrines. At least Envy showing us he will, but Secret, they want to jump, they want to fight.
Feels like they're forcing it a bit. Doing it without much vision.
Yeah.
Perhaps just trying to farm as a squad, and as you can see, NP do have quite a bit of their own. Secret just have not been able to find smoke ganks. That was at least the 3rd smoke that had failed / horribly backfired this game alone for them. Have to attribute a lot of it to playing A from behind and B blind. At least for the most part. MSS now on the hunt. Fada's going to set it up. Has the Yule Scepter. The duel is ready. MP pops his BKB. Not going to matter. Down he goes. Out for 50. No split push again. The mid one is frantically going to scramble to the top lane, but Secret, I don't know if they'll have the time for this. Fada's just holding mid. And yeah, they have to back.
KheZu may get caught.
Bottom lane, it looks like. It's going to be initially caught out. The follow-up, not sure if it's there. Good carapace by Owie prevents any sort of defensive crush. And now the stun comes through, well-timed. So they have to follow. Laguna ends it. Now Envy on the chase. He sees Puppey. What a fitting way to end this game it would be if Envy can slay the beast. They'll take Puppey down. Quick buyback. Puppey's not out of the fight just yet.
Puppey wants round 2.
The thrill in Manila rages on. MSS gonna have a duel soon. Secret need to make something happen, but it's just Envy in front. They just can't seem to do anything about this Armadillo, and now they find a much bigger kill. They're gonna bring down mid one. Finishing off the Ember Spirit, has the buyback. He's out for a minute. He might not have time to wait this one out. Envy now focusing on the tier 3 in the bottom lane. He's gonna bring the stun down pretty quickly. Puppey with the stall. Frostbite doing what he can. Who's gonna win the rematch? Tower about to fall. The trade might be out. He's kept alive though by the Legion Commander heal. Won't go down. Can't go down. Puppey drops a very futile ultimate. He'll fall again, and Secret just collapsing under the pressure. 3-hero crush, but where is the damage? They simply don't have it, God. Mid one jumps in, and mid one goes.
It's a dieback.
Secret again on the big stage, coming up short. They lost at Kiev. They lose again here. This team just struggles to win when it really counts. And NP, what a